Welcome to a very special episode, Pay It Forward Friday, and happy Aloha Friday on Ask Cindy Connector Live. I have my very good friend Yo here, and also with Canine Learning Academy. We'll be right back. Well, hello. This is Cindy Lee over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. So, a little background about the show. I've actually have been in networking for about 40 years. I've done some fundraising as well. I have a small business here in the Huntington Beach area. And Ask Cindy Connector Live was started from an idea from one of my friends about 15 years ago. And somebody was looking for a referral, and they said, well, why don't you ask Cindy? And so about 4 years ago, like, why not have a podcast called Ask Cindy Connector Live? So a lot of times we're on the podcast. Sometimes people go, after and watch it again, or they'll share it. And when there is somebody on here, and we could have Yo on again, we'll talk about that, is if there's somebody on here watching, I'll actually connect both parties to each other. And
that's nice.
That's really what it is about being a small business owner, and how you're going to grow in your business is putting others first. And so this month is National Dog Month. I'm going to hop on just really quick. So about 30, 60 seconds, kind of talk about the Canine Learning Academy. I'm going to share this broadcast, and I'll be right back.
All right. Hi, I'm Yo. I'm really excited to be here. I'm the owner of Canine Learning Academy. And although that we've been in business for close to 10 years now, we've just opened up in Huntington Beach our first brick and mortar. And it is a puppy school. It's a school for young puppies, so dogs under 18 months. And we're excited to bring it to the community. We're a science-based, force-free, fun and effective method program. And we created a done-for-you puppy training where you can bring your dog all day and we'll do the training for you. So a little bit about, or the reason why we opened up a brick and mortar is because Huntington Beach, especially, this is where I grew up and raised, it's just gotten more and more infested with dog people, dog cafes. I mean, there's just dogs everywhere, which has made it a lot more challenging for a lot of these families to raise a puppy. What used to be pretty easy 5, 10, even 15 years ago, I hear pet parents all the time going, oh my gosh, it's not working. Like, the things that I was doing before aren't working. And I think it's just what I wanted to bring to the community is that the environment has changed quite a bit. There's a lot more distractions, there's a lot more triggers, and it just makes it really, really hard for pet parents to work through and navigate that kind of training. So we opened up a puppy school because we can get to the pet parents and the puppies early before any of the bad behaviors or behaviors that you're not looking for start to develop.
And you're actually really amazing, because I previously had a puppy, and yeah, she was a little too aggressive. We actually have a new puppy now, but I wanted to have Yo on because when she is in front of your pet, it's a whole other different game. It's like Yo is the whisperer for pets. They just totally draw to her. So let's talk about, as a young puppy, what are the keys? So we're talking a little bit about a checklist today also. Can you talk about the free gift that you're giving away?
Yeah, I have for new puppy parents, a lot of times it's just understanding like what's about to happen. So in this guide, it goes through, it's extensive. If you open it up, I think it's like 64 or something pages, and it goes through step by step, everything you need to do to first set up your house correctly. When I went over to your house, Cindy, I talked about where things are going to go, where the dog door is, where's the door that you're going to go through. What would you like your dog to do to tell you, hey, I need to go to the bathroom? Is it going to be a bell? Do you want them to scratch the screen? And then we talked about management, like that big avocado tree that you had in the backyard, right?
Oh, so Lord. Yeah,
being able to understand how to manage, how to create a safe space. And then the ebook goes into how to work through some of the things that you might need. So the ebook will talk about the toys that you get and what kind of toys. That's one of our newest videos on our website there. And that pretty much, like, you can see the inside of our facility. We have cameras everywhere so pet parents can watch their dogs live. Like I said,
Oh,
it's
wow.
run. Yeah, it's run just like it would be like a Montessori school where you drop your little kids off and, they go from subject to subject and they're with with us all day long. So that is our perfect program for puppies.
Wow. Yeah, if we have a little bit of time later, we can play that. If not, it's all in the show notes. So I do have the Facebook page. So if you tune in a little bit later, you could actually see the rest of the stuff in the notes that we're talking about today. So
Awesome.
let's go into bad habits. How are we going to, as a parent, are we going to keep our puppy away from those bad habits?
Yeah, the common problems that happen later on, like you're going to start to see the beginning stages of it. But let's just say you've got, let's just say you have a big dog, maybe a working dog, an athletic dog, maybe a dog that's food motivated. One of the things we know that a lot of these kind of dogs or that specific group might go into is counter surfing. Counter surfing is where your dog learns that, hey, everything in the kitchen is amazing. So they learn to put their paws up on the counter and then they start, taking things off. And you'll hear stories, because we have 30 to 35 students a day. So there's so many stories, right? But one of the common stories as we get into the holidays is the dogs, pull the turkey off the counter.
Oh,
right?
Or the pumpkin pie. Yeah, I heard those.
Pumpkin pie. So counter surfing is a problem that a lot of puppy parents could avoid by simply teaching their dog as a boundary. Like once you pass this line, the dog is to lay down on a bed instead of going into the kitchen. Teaching them that, hey, when I open that pantry door, why don't you go lay down on your spot? So that's one of the many. We have pulling on leash is another big one that dogs learn, once they learn to pull and it takes them where they want to go faster. Well, then, the dog has a really hard time learning anything differently. So preventing that would be using or teaching your dog exactly where you want them to actually walk, like walking in a certain place. Another common one is just door dashing. So we'll see that a lot of young puppies will learn like everything happens amazingly outside the front door. So being able to understand what it would look like and what you're going to need to do to set up and manage so your dog doesn't learn that outdoor door open means run. And instead, we teach the pet parents to have a specific spot. Every time you put your hand on the doorknob, the dog goes into a sit or at least backs up, or we'll set up gates if you've got young kids that forget to, shut the door completely.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Cause I took my dog just like a couple days ago, took her for a walk and she came home and yeah, she was chill the rest of the day, cause labs, they like those exercise. And what I like about this puppy is she's part Great Dane. So a great
mellower,
like that mellow. Yeah. So it's actually a really good mix. And she was raised as a outside and it took, I want to say about 12 hours. And then she was very comfortable going in. At first she was kind of standoffish. She didn't want to come in the house, but yeah, she's really acclimated to her neighborhood. Cause like you said before, you got to get them acclimated to the community. Yeah. So when we took her for the first walk, she was sniffing and trying to get, used to it.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
A couple things that, that she'll get a little gnarly sometimes, but for the most part, she's a pretty mellow pup. She just needs a little bit of training to kind of get her through,
Yeah. A lot of pet parents that really don't want to do a lot of the training, all you really have to do is manage their ability to not practice that. So in the case, like if she was getting into things in your house, we talked about putting gates up just temporarily, just so you can manage her space. You've got beautiful plants back there. I'd imagine that you would not let her anywhere near your computer or your microphone so that there's no chance she pulls something and everything comes falling down. Right.
Yes. Cause at first she was not, she was just staying in place. She does kind of mosey around a little bit, but not nearly as bad as the other one. She's pretty mellow. She just has those things where sometimes she may want to, play or something like that, or maybe not listen to commands. But this dog is it's going to be really easy to train her. And of course, in your presence, she'll melt.
I can't wait to meet her. She sounds like she's a little more shy than your other dog. Your other dog, what I loved about your other dog was how confident, but that confidence looks like chaos to most pet parents. As a dog trainer, we love that dog that can figure out how to climb out of the X pen and pull something down for their own food, because it means that they've got like the problem solving, and they're like, what do you want me to do? But they're a nightmare for most pet parents that just want a dog to lay by your feet and chill,
Yeah, well, especially because I have a growing agency, and I'm training travel agents all day. And with the other dog, you hear yak 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 yak.
Yeah.
And so we take her outside. We bring her in, bring her inside, and and she has her moments like the other dog, but not nearly as Tasmanian devil-ish.
Yeah.
But, So, what are some of the things that pet parents need to watch out when choosing a puppy?
Great question. I think before you choose a puppy, you're going to figure out what you want them to do. What you want them to do at the very end. So one of the common questions I'll ask is, what do you see your dog doing a year and a half, 2 years from now? Like once they're all trained, are you having a dog, or do you want a dog that is very active, that's going to go on a walk and a hike with you, no matter what the weather is? Or do you want a dog that maybe just you're retired and you want your dog to lay by your feet while you're working, or while you're on a podcast or doing Zoom or something like that? Some pet parents want a dog that they can take everywhere. So they imagine that they're going to be going down a main street and they're going to be in those, outdoor cafes that are dog friendly. So once you figure out what that looks like, then understand, just like anything, implement a plan. And then when you're deciding on the dog, it's like, okay, what dog is most likely going to be, be able to work all through and navigate through that kind of training. So, if your dream is to take your dog to a cafe, well, maybe you go for a medium, a small size dog, because it might be easier to transport and, travel with them. If you're looking at having a dog that lays by your feet, maybe you pick a breed that's got more calmness, not a working dog, not a dog, because they will take, a year and a half to 2 years to calm down. And I think that's where a lot of pet parents kind of make the mistake of, I want this dog because they look a certain way, they're cool, I've seen them on TV, and then when they don't go through the studying of that breed and what that dog was actually bred to do, because that trait is not something that you can just like take away from a dog. You're going to have to hone in on that specific trait, whatever that dog is bred to do.
Yeah, so let's talk about the different steps and how your classes work. So we do have a promo going on here. Let me pull that up.
Yeah. So we offer several services. We offer an all-day school program, which is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the dog to get trained by trainers all day long. So it's like an intense program. And then we have group classes. We also offer board and train. Our group classes are specifically for young puppies. So like there's not a lot of places you can go to where trainers are going to have group classes for puppies that are not completely vaccinated. We offer classes for puppies under 14 weeks old. So right when they're, been at home for 7 days, you're ready to come over and you can start taking classes. We have what we call like puppy preschool, where your puppy gets an opportunity to just explore new experiences, like an umbrella opens up, or we'll have a grooming table over there. We'll have obstacle course. We'll have balloons and bubbles. Wow. So everything we can think that your dog might experience in the real world. We've got strollers and all that stuff coming in. We have a safe place for young puppies to train. So that's preschool. We also offer kindergarten, where the pet parent is learning like foundational skills. So in order for us to really hit home, like how important it is for puppy parents to, begin training early, we are offering a great promotion. It's $99 and you get your first 3 puppy classes for $99. So you get a chance to experience our, level of expertise. We work only with puppies, which makes us, that's our specialty. And we do a lot of service dog training. So our training and our style is, for pet parents that do have that dream of taking their dog everywhere and anywhere, or just a lap dog that, hangs out by you and by your feet.
Now, I like the labs. I had a little tiny dog like growing up, and yeah, so I want more of a large breed. How long is this video? Can we play this?
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Get this going here.
Joey. Oh, there you go. Puppies are like sponges, soaking up every experience to shape who they become. There is a very small window of influence to create the dog of your dreams. That's why it's crucial to start their training journey early and choose the right approach and the right place for their development. At Canine Learning Academy, we offer a unique educational journey unlike any other for your puppy. We offer a place where your puppy can safely learn, socialize, experience new things, and play, all while becoming the dog of your dreams. We understand that you have one opportunity to start your puppy off on the right paw. Our all-day school program is designed to meet the increasing demands of society where dogs are constant companions, from busy coffee shops to dog-friendly cafes. Our unique program is tailored to the needs of young pups in busy urban settings, from positive socialization experiences to confident building enrichment activities. Our program is designed to help shape your puppy into the dream dog you've always wanted. Many pet parents feel overwhelmed when they first bring home a puppy. The joy of adding a new member to the family can quickly be overshadowed by challenges such as nipping, barking, and potty accidents. We alleviate the stress of puppyhood by handling the hard work for you. Our structured program sets your puppy up for success, helping them become well-mannered members of the community you can proudly take anywhere. Our expert training team guides your puppy through essential training pillars, including walking on a loose leash, so that you and your dog have peaceful walks together, no matter where you decide to bring them. Place training, where your dog will lay down whether you decide to take them to the cafe with you or sit while you open the door for visitors to arrive. And recall training, so that one day you can give your puppy the freedom to run off leash at the beach and have the confidence that they will come back to you when you call them. From positive socialization experience to confidence building activities to brain stimulating enrichment, our all-day school program is designed to help shape your puppy into the dream dog you've always wanted. We provide opportunities that stimulate your puppy's mind, body, and preparing them for the real-world changes and adventures. To help your puppy's progress, you'll receive private transfer lessons to reinforce their school's teaching and troubleshoot any issues. In addition, our group classes for our students provide a supportive setting to practice and enhance your skills learned. With full transparency, you can watch your puppy's progress in real time. We stream school and classes live, allowing you to check in no matter where you're at. At Canine Learning Academy, we're dedicated to giving you and your puppy the best start in life and providing a fun community to share these experiences with your puppy as they grow up to be the dog of your dreams. Don't miss this pivotal period in your puppy's development. The foundation you lay now will shape your future and enhance your life together for years to come. Join us at Canine Learning Academy in Huntington Beach and experience the difference in elite puppy training, where transparency, enrichment, and real-world practice combine to create a well-rounded, well-behaved companion you can take anywhere. Set up a call and speak to a member of our training team to learn more and be a part of something extraordinary. The future dog you can be proud of is one smart decision away, and we can't wait to welcome you and your puppy into the Canine Learning Academy family.
Really nice. It's a good video.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we just finished filming that about a month ago, so glad it came together.
Yes. Wow. So we have about 5-10 minutes on the show. Is there anything you would like to add on the importance of having puppy training? Because a lot of people may have like a budget issue. What's the least amount of weeks that they could hire you for in order to get some kind of
We have
change in their puppy?
a 6-week puppy class is perfect to get foundational skills. So, like, this is a really good start from this preschool class at $99. We've made it affordable for anyone to start. It does give them understanding of what socialization experiences that your dog needs to have and how to do it positively so that your dog has a good outlook on anything that they experience. I do want to say the one thing, because there are a lot of dog training places and people, the one thing that makes us stand out, that makes us different than other, is that we are positive, force-free. We don't use intimidation or abrasive tactics to try to get our dogs to understand. We believe in being kind to both the pet parents and the dogs. So we come from a place of understanding. If your dog is having an issue, and you've heard me, Cindy, say, well, give me some context. Let me hear, what is this? Where's it coming from? We don't just put a Band-Aid on it or, teach the dog something quickly. What we do is we try to find out where the root of the problem is coming from. And it might be as simple as your dog doesn't have enough exercise, or they have something in their head that they really want to go do, an outlet, and you haven't fulfilled their needs, and that's why they're acting out. So we're proud to bring this to the community, because when you have a choice to train your dog, we believe, just like children, to use the more kind and scientific based training.
Well, I'm going to talk about crate training. So with this doggie that we have now, actually, she's really good. We have the crate open. We have the food in there, and she walks in there, gets her food.
Good
and
job.
Then we have one of those it's a lamb skin little beds that we got from Costco, and
oh wow,
to her little bed. So, but then there's those days where she doesn't want to be in the bed, and then we'll give her at night we'll give her the Kong with the peanut butter.
Oh, good.
And she's chill all night. Yeah. So we I haven't put her in my bedroom yet, but we have her in our main living room.
Yeah, yeah. And so I would do that.
I learned a few things from last time.
Yeah.
And you never want to punish your dog by putting him in the crate. So let's tell my audience how important that is.
Well, we believe, crate training is a management tool. It's confinement. It's teaching your dog to be confined, especially if you're teaching them, like we talked about, potty training, right? So if you could teach your dog to hold their bladder, then they're going to be able to go longer and longer before they need to ask, to go outside. We believe in crate training, but it's not the only thing and only way to do it. But like when you we work with a lot of vets, groomers, they're all going to put your dog in a crate. If something bad happens, an emergency situation, you've got to evacuate, your dog is going to go in a crate. So we believe in giving them that experience, making it super positive early on, so that when they do have that experience of being in a crate, it's not going to be super scary, right? So we believe that it's just a confinement. It's one way to teach your dog to, feel relaxed and safe, but they do have to have a positive experience with anything that you want them to hang out in. So like how you're putting the food in the crate, your dog should be like, okay, well, this is where my feeding happens. So now I've got a positive experience and association with being in a crate.
So I actually have my health coach and really good friend on, Tammy Egbert. She's there in LA County. Tammy, tell Yo what kind of dog you have and if you have any questions. And you could go ahead and put it here in the chat. So is there any other tips? We have a few more minutes. We could go until 30 after, and then we'll close out. So
I can give you tips. What are some of the issues you're having? And I can, give you tips on that.
For me personally is just learning not to nip. I mean, the nipping isn't as bad as the other one.
Okay.
And as far as the crate, we don't really put her in the crate just for her to eat. We put the food in there, she goes in and she comes out. Yeah. So not really as a place to live, because she lives in her own little bed now.
Okay. That's, yeah.
Grow out of really quickly.
Yeah, she's going to be a big dog.
Yeah.
I would still play your crate games. We play a lot of games in the crate to have them again. You saw the dog was opening up the door. Our dogs at our school learn to open up their door. They go in, lay down, and they close the door. So we call that kettle up or go in your room. As far as your question about, let's see, what was your question? You asked for.
Well, I was asking Tammy a question if she had any questions for you for her dog.
Okay.
And I can't recall. Yeah, she is a large breed as well, but I can't recall what breed that is.
Okay. As far as tips on like socialization or experiences, the puppy stage, the young puppy stage, we call it the socialization stage, typically ends about 12 to 14 weeks. That means that before 12 or 14 weeks, they're making decisions. They see a garbage truck and, if nothing bad happens, they're like, okay, it's no big deal. Or if they see multiple different breeds, dogs with, short noses, long noses, dogs that snort, and they go, okay, nothing bad happened, then they have a positive or neutral association. So when you're creating these experiences, you really want them to have as many positive associations or experiences as possible so that they're not seeing that thing for the first time going, oh my God, is that, am I safe? Am I not safe? When they're feeling conflicted, not safe, they're going to end up reacting. So that's where you start getting the lunging, the barking, things like that, because they're trying to say, hey, get away from me. I'm not comfortable with this kind of space.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how about jumping on the couch?
So again, that's another management thing. Whatever you don't want your dog to love, you're going to have to block it off. So if you look in my dog room, I've got the couch completely blocked off. If the pet parent doesn't want the dog on the couch, and instead you would put your dog bed right by your feet and you would say, I want you to come lay down here. And you would reinforce that. Whatever gets reinforced and rewarded, whether it's verbal praise or a pet or a treat, then they're going to continue to do that same action. So if they get on the couch, here's what the dog thinks. Wow, this feels really good. Then trying to get them off the couch, they already have that experience and they had a positive experience of being on the couch. Their joints feel good. They can see everything from up high. It's going to be hard to say, no, you can't have that.
So
no different.
Alpha personality won't work on trying to get a little aggressive with her and telling her place so she doesn't know, because they need to know boundaries. I mean, just like in a relationship with a man and woman or, in the marriage or whatever. Everything needs to be, knowing the boundaries. So knowing it's really important with dogs for them to know what they can and cannot do.
Yeah. So dogs are not like the same age as us. Their dogs are like 6-month-old, 2-year-old, children. And so when you're asking a dog when you start to raise your voice or get upset, the one thing that does happen is the puppy looks at you. They might get off the couch, but here's the thing, Cindy, is now your dog looks at you and go, I'm a little afraid of you. And that's where we see the break in the relationship. You see that things aren't working out the way that you wanted. Maybe your dog starts to avoid you. Maybe when you talk, your dog starts to move away or they just put their head away. You pet them for 3 seconds and they're like, they walk away from you. We believe
at that point, she licks my feet. Yeah. To get off the couch, and she gets off the couch and then she's licking my feet. So just showing. So I haven't got aggressive where, she's afraid of me or anything like that.
But they can get through repetition. So right now your dog is going, is she safe, unsafe, but through experiences, they make decisions based on whether those, the things came out well or it was scary. All right. I'll read this. You want to read this question from Tammy?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your thoughts on dog anxiety? My vet wants us to medicate her okay. She only gets fearful around kids or loud noises. So great question. Dog medication, definitely if your vet is saying, that your dog needs it, it means that they've been in an anxious stage for a long time. My thing about your dog being scared of a couple things, there's lots of things you can do for training, but the biggest thing is understanding where the distance is that your dog is not scared, and then starting the training from there. A lot of pet parents, a lot of trainers will force the dog to take it. You know, the space is so close and the dog is just like, get me anything to get away from this. That system that they're operating from is not a good system for them to actually learn. It's kind of like if, Cindy, you were afraid of being in an elevator and I put you in an elevator and I said, okay, I want you to start do this algebra problem. You're like, I can't think right now. All I want to do is get out of this elevator, right?
Yeah.
So with puppies or with dogs of all ages, when they're anxious, that's not when they can learn. So find the distance where your puppy is okay, not anxious, and then you could start to change what we call change association. Instead of feeling negative about that, thank you, Tammy. Instead of feeling negative about the child or whatever it is they're afraid of, you're going to have to what we call change the association. And there's lots of examples, but mainly find what your dog absolutely loves and give them that when they can be at a distance, and then gradually, slowly progress to where you're eventually, you know, side by side. We also do have kids come into our classes, and we help the puppies have a positive association with kids of all ages. If the kid's unruly, because we do get some kids that are, you know, not listening, we put them behind the gate. And then so the puppies don't have to, like, you know, be faced with a child that is, you know, running around in a way that makes them scared.
So on your website, is there a place to schedule a meeting, or what's the best way for someone?
Yeah. If you go to contact.
Okay.
Basically, you just fill out a little interest form. And from there, we set up a call and you'll speak to me live. We talk about you, your dog, your goals. It's a little intake form there. And that is a personal cell phone number, the 949. People can text or call me directly from there to set up a call. But I'd like to know a little bit about your dog. And then from that, we'll have a discussion. And then I can invite you in to take a tour. You can come in if your dog is, you know, if we decide that you want to try a class, or you can come take a tour, or we can do a free assessment. So we can have you come in with your dog and we assess like what's going on and figure out what's the best strategy or plan for your family, for you, for your dog.
And let's kind of talk about, in closing, on the process. So you had to upload all your vaccines for your pet. That's the first step. And then they schedule their class?
No. The uploading of the vaccine is because the puppy is going to get started with us. So that interest form is very short. It's name, email, phone number, dog, like what kind of dog, what your dog's name is, and basically what you're looking for. And then from there, I can understand, I can, you know, set up a call with you. We take 30 minutes. I pretty much give each person a training plan. So I'll say something like, based on what you said and what you've discussed, here's what I would do if I was you. I would first start off with socialization. I would give them exactly what I would do if that was my dog. And then I go into the different services that we have that can actually facilitate whatever it is that their goals are. So in your case, Cindy, we talked about group classes. Some puppy parents don't have the time. They work all day. So I might suggest school. Some people are like, tapped out, it's 2 days, they haven't slept because they've got a young puppy and they want us to take care of them, then we recommend board and train. So it's all customized based on that person's needs and what they want to do with their dog.
Okay, good deal. And we're closing out here. So as an entrepreneur, I always ask this question at the end of the show. How would you pay it forward to either another small business owner or someone in the community, a random act of kindness? Here, let's say in the next week or two, what would you like to do to make a difference?
I would love to invite one of my dear friends, Melissa. She owned her salon and now she's working like in one of those studio salons. She's phenomenal. Like, I am extremely picky when it comes to my hair, because it's like my hair is like it's a journey basically with my hair. She also does her own like oils that are like a holistic approach with oils and for your skin and stuff. So I talked to her about, you know, coming in and maybe meeting you, because I think she's amazing and people deserve to get to know her. She's very fun to hang out with too.
And she's located in Huntington, or what city?
Huntington, right off of Adams and Brookers.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then go ahead and do a shout out again to your website and we'll close out.
Awesome. Website is caninelearningacademy.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Canine Learning Academy and Facebook, Canine Learning Academy, as well as we got a YouTube channel, caninelearningacademy.com.
Great. Anything you like to add?
Thank you, Cindy, for having me on. It's been, it's great I love what you're doing. I love the idea of it. And I hope to come back with something else, another topic.
Yeah, and we'll probably come back live at some point, and I'll actually do a walkthrough of our facility. We'll find another national holiday that's related to dogs or business, and we can promote her business. So one thing I want to tell everybody, what's super important is take the time to get to know other business owners. I spend, I want to say, about 20 hours a week connecting people to people. And that's actually how I've grown my other business, my travel agency, is by building those relationships and connecting people. Because when you're connecting people, it's going to come back tenfold. And it's all about the know, like, trust factor. So definitely get to know Yo and schedule a time with her. And if you know anyone who is a puppy parent, definitely share this broadcast. So I'm going to pop you in the green room and just hang tight for 1 minute while I close out. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And I hope you have an amazing weekend and be safe. And stay tuned to Ask Cindy Connector Live.